Hello, and welcome back to another episode, I suppose. You join me today here in the bedroom because, frankly, I want to lay out this morning my case for the Wii U being an excellent bedroom console, especially as a grown up, especially on a Saturday morning. It's just so darned convenient. For a start, I have next to the bed my Wii U gamepad charging very conveniently. So let me just retrieve that. There we go. And of course, the TV is all the way over there, and the TV remote is far too remote for my liking. So, well, I'm going to press TV control on the Wii U gamepad and turn on the TV using the power button. Now, it takes a little bit of time. This is a slightly older model, but there we go. The TV is on. Now I can turn on the Wii U with a press of the button as well, and the unmistakable sound of the Wii U booting up. Here we are, Saturday morning. I haven't had to move, and I can play HD Nintendo computer games. It's very convenient. And this is actually a feature that I think was undervalued in the Wii U, is the TV remote control setup. It's very easy to pair with most TV models, and just having that little TV control button here on the Wii U gamepad, it just makes sense. It's so convenient. Now, of course, we've got some choices. I can go to YouTube, maybe. Check out, let's see what's happening on the YouTube channel. Now, unfortunately, recently, the YouTube channel has been a bit juttery on the Wii U. I think maybe Nintendo's ramping down support, certainly probably Google is not necessarily updating the YouTube app all that much at the moment. But interestingly, on the Wii U YouTube app, you get to choose your videos via the gamepad, and on the screen you just get the YouTube logo. This is actually quite good for sort of surprise videos. If you want to go, check this out, to your lovely wife or something, and just find something and then show her on the screen instead of having her get a preview of what you're about to show her. But let's see, I don't know, Temple of Doom versus Crystal Skull. In my opinion, there's just no contest whatsoever. It's Temple of Doom all the way. But Cinemassacre have been knocking it out of the park recently with their rental reviews. So you can while away the Saturday morning watching your favourite YouTube channels. Also, as well, of course, here in the Wii U setup, let's see, close software. There we go. We have a range of other options. We can, for example, maybe dive into the internet browser. Now, this is actually a feature that sadly I am very much missing on the Switch. I wish there was an internet browser on the Switch, but let's check that out. What should we browse for? I'm in the mood for some bacon sandwiches. Okay, so bacon sandwiches, let's see. Bacon sandwiches. There we go. Send best bacon 5 ways with bacon sandwiches, BBC Good Food. Grilled double cheese bacon sandwich recipe. Oh yes, please. Check that out. Betty Crocker. It could do worse, I suppose. And there we go. We can make some notes of a decent bacon sandwich, grilled cheese sandwich recipe to get our morning off to a great start. Okay, back to the home screen. Wii menu. I want to maybe watch some Netflix. Well, I won't do that for copyright reasons, but we can watch some Netflix if we fancy it. We can emulate the Wii, so I can maybe play maybe a cooking game or a surgery game, depending on my mood. We've got our Wiimotes just over there. In fact, actually, we could go to the the Virtual Console and have a go on Pokemon Snap. In fact, my amazing wife loves Pokemon Snap. And the Wii U is the console that introduced her to it, because she's here quite often, Saturday morning again, and she gets to try out a game that I love. Even though it's in the next room, on the N64 proper, she has been able to really indulge in her love of Pokemon Go and exploring the world of Pokemon by playing this game following my recommendation. The Wii U, man, I'm telling you, it's a great console. It's a great console, especially, as I say, for those lazy Saturday mornings in bed. Now, of course, you cannot ignore the fact that the Wii U is also a brilliant HD Nintendo console in its own right. So, let's see. What have we got? We've got, I could play Wind Waker HD. I've got that downloaded. Or, actually, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. What a brilliant game. I actually originally played this title on the 3DS, but when I sold my 3DS I got rid of it. And I simply had to replace it immediately, so I got it for my lovely Wii U. And I'm so glad I did. I love this game. It's actually, the Shovel Knight is one of the few amiibos that I still have in my collection. I used to have lots of Zelda amiibos, but they ended up being less and less used because I was using a set of amiibo cards that my wife got me for Christmas. So actually, Shovel Knight, I think, is the last amiibo I still own. But it's also just such a brilliant game. The sort of Mega Man-esque Castlevania sort of style of these 8-bit graphics, the deeply satisfying shovel gameplay, but also actually the humour of Shovel Knight is not to be underestimated either. This is a game that I suppose takes itself seriously. You know, I mean, like, Shovel Knight's quest is important to him, but it's also in paying homage to so many great titles and in obviously creating a whole chivalry. Is that? Surely that must be chivalry. In creating a whole world where chivalry is the name of the game. Clearly, these guys have a great sense of humour. I love it. And actually, if you haven't tried this, I strongly recommend it. Especially on those Saturday mornings here in the bedroom. It's a great way to pass the time. And crucially, I don't have to play it on the TV. I can simply play it here on the gamepad if needs be. In fact, actually, gamepad screen, there you go. Wonderful. And there we go. The game is now on the gamepad. So I can turn up the volume on here. Ah! It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. There we go. Now it's back up on the TV. Yet another reason why I love the Wii U here in the bedroom. Now, I didn't play too well there because also Shovel Knight is also a hard game. It is a deliberately hard game, very reminiscent of that classic gameplay. Now you may be thinking, yeah, but I can do most of this with my Switch already. But you can't do all of it, and that's precisely my point. The great thing about the Wii U is it's in that weird place in its lifetime when, for example, the Miiverse is no more. This is just a sort of a series of holding messages and holding screens for the Miiverse. Well, I suppose to a certain extent, slightly failed experiment from Nintendo. But they do still, for example, have the ability to use the internet browser, YouTube, Netflix, and also the Nintendo eShop, which is one of the better e-stores that are available. I mean, really, the Wii e-store, which recently closed, was simply excellent. You know, the range of console titles and the fact that you could really play. I mean, frankly, that was the first place that I ever played a Neo Geo title on the Wii e-store. But, you know, the Wii U one is a very close approximation of that experience, though, and it's still up and running on the Wii U. I tell you, if you haven't got a Wii U, or if you got rid of your Wii U to get hold of a Switch, the range of options that it still affords you are well worth revisiting. Wii visiting. Also, as well, I just want to quickly show you a couple of games that I very much enjoy on the Wii U. There's this one, Gunman Clive HD Collection. This was actually sent to me by a friend. We've been having a conversation about how there's not much in the way of decent platforming experiences out there at the moment, and he has been very much enjoying this, and as have I. Very simple, classic sort of A jump, B shoot, or in this case B jump, Y shoot. But I love the hand-drawn aesthetic, the slightly odd gameplay in terms of fighting ducks and gunmen, the fairly mellow music. So Gunman Clive, which I did actually see is available on the Switch e-store. But again, I enjoy playing this on my Wii U. I also enjoy, or have enjoyed playing, and do still like to dive back into a D&D sort of D&D meets Golden Axe kind of experience, which I would like to see them release on other consoles. Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, rather. Capcom. In that sense, actually, I really appreciate the way that this game has that sort of Capcom kind of feel to it. It is Golden Axe, but with a little hint of something like Street Fighter. Arcade mode. Apprentice. Select a character. So what we got? We got cleric, magician, I guess, fighter, elf, dwarf, and thief. I almost always go with a dwarf. Something about the beards, I think. 2 years have passed since the battle at Sable Tower. After defeating the Archlich Deimos and bringing peace back to the Republic of Darakin, the heroes now travel through the Broken Lands to the land of Glantry, looking for new adventures. Now, what's cool about this game is that you've got the sort of the Golden Axe side-scrolling gameplay, but also there's a stronger RPG sort of aspect to the game. So if you press the Y button, it brings up a little menu of items that you can use, although it doesn't pause the gameplay. So I'll just have to kill this goblin. There we go. My point being is that you can pick up items, you can use them strategically. You can basically, it's a bit closer to actually playing a tabletop RPG when you're not being attacked. Go away, go away. So let's see. I shall switch to. Oh. What does that do? Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, let's use those. Pick up some arrows. Pick a nice dagger. Oh, not this guy. Okay. Okay. Yes! Burned him off his carriage. Woohoo! Is he safe? Thank you. Oh, the guy's got a tiny head. Look at him. Tiny head. Thank you for helping me. Would you mind telling me your name? Well, then we go into, into the adventure. Anyway, you get the gist. And then finally, I really quite like, and as I say, semi-regularly return to, Don't Starve Giant Edition. Now this one, It feels a little bit like if Tim Burton and maybe Edgar Allan Poe made a computer game. It's really quite funky actually. But I got this last Halloween, and I was going to do a little bit of gameplay, but I ended up being distracted by life and stuff. No, it wasn't last Halloween. It was the Halloween before that. Like, time flies. Not the fastest loading, I have to say, but could be worse. But yeah, so this is a sort of survival game. You find yourself in this landscape. You're sort of exploring it bit by bit, and as you explore, you sort of. So let's see if we go off in this direction. It's a highly stylized landscape where you are sent into this alternate dimension by an oddball character. But there you go. So you open up a little bit of the map by walking into the darkness. There you go, on the map. So I keep on going down. Now it took me a little bit of time to get into the control scheme of this game. So if you're after a quick, there you go, quick experience in terms of, I don't know. This is my point is this isn't an action adventure game. This is very much I suppose an RTS. Start with nothing, try and survive a few nights, and obviously as time goes on, it gets harder and harder. More sort of monsters come out of the darkness. Anyway, it's a funky little game, and I enjoy playing it on my Wii U. All in all, folks, I would and do consistently use this console for those times, those mornings when I've just got a bit of time. I've got a bit of an itch to scratch in terms of just relaxing, because actually there's something to be said for having the convenience of this console, but also having it still very much as a console that you need to be close to. That was one of the weaknesses of the Wii U, was that the gamepad didn't have much of a range from its home, as it were. So this is very much, it plants me in the room. It makes sure I'm sitting here relaxing, playing the game on one of those lazy Saturday mornings. But it has all of this convenience, and when you're done, you can simply turn off the TV and then turn off the Wii U. Voila. I love it. And as I say, if you got rid of your Wii U, but you're now yearning for some of those sort of convenient little things, like for example a web browser in your bedroom or whatever, then this is a good solution. It still is a good solution, and I heartily recommend it. As ever, guys, until next time, do take care. Bye bye.